Discover the rarest and most valuable top 10 UK 2 pence coins, exploring their history, hidden errors, incredible values worth millions, and what makes them so highly prized by collectors. Watch closely to see why these coins are extraordinary. The 2 pence coin, issued in 1971, marked the beginning of a new era in British currency when the nation switched to the decimal system. This coin was part of the decimalisation movement, which simplified calculations and aligned the UK with modern financial systems. Its design and release symbolised more than money; it represented change and adaptation during a period of national transition. The 1971 2 pence carried the distinctive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. This effigy showed the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a gift from her grandmother, Queen Mary. The portrait remained iconic across several denominations, but its placement on the very first decimal 2 pence adds significant historical depth. On the reverse of the 1971 2 pence was the badge of the Prince of Wales, designed by Christopher Ironside. The design featured a plume of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This imagery tied the coin to centuries of royal tradition, blending heritage with modern currency reform. The 2 pence coin of 1971 was composed of bronze, giving it a rich reddish appearance. The weight was 7.12 grams, and the diameter 25.91 millimeters, making it a substantial coin in the hand. Collectors often admire the early decimal issues for their durability and detailed striking, especially when preserved in pristine condition. Although millions were minted, not all 1971 2 pence coins are equal. Some struck during the initial phase had subtle variations, minting errors, or unique conditions that dramatically increased their value. Misaligned dies, double strikes, or unusual toning are just a few of the characteristics that separate a rare specimen from ordinary circulation coins. Collectors consider the historical moment of 1971 to be the key reason why these coins are highly sought after. The introduction of decimalization marked the end of centuries-old monetary tradition, so owning a piece from that year connects one directly to an extraordinary financial reform. Over the decades, the 1971 2 pence has become more than a currency token. It is a tangible reminder of change in British society and economy. Its resonance comes not only from rarity but from the story it tells of modernization and national identity. In numismatic markets, condition plays the greatest role in determining worth. Circulated examples of the 1971 2 pence are common and hold small value, but flawless proof strikes or error pieces can command extreme sums. Collectors often search auction houses in hopes of discovering an elusive gem. The journey of the 1971 2 pence is also tied to global collectors who seek historic decimal issues. Its appeal has crossed borders, making it a prized addition to international coin collections. The blend of royal symbolism, minting history, and the transition to a new system ensures that its legacy endures. The rarest examples of the 1971 2 pence have been valued at an astonishing $3.23 million. This immense figure reflects not only the rarity but also the symbolic significance that investors and collectors attach to this first decimal era coin. Such extraordinary value highlights the cultural weight coins can carry. The 1971 2 pence has moved from pocket change to an artifact of historical, artistic, and economic importance. Each surviving rare piece links the present with a pivotal moment of national change. For collectors, holding a rare 1971 2 pence is like possessing a fragment of history sealed in bronze. Its story continues to inspire fascination, not only for its financial value but for the reminder of how coins chronicle a nation's evolution across time. Next is the 2 pence coin from 1981, holds a special place in the numismatic world because of its limited history and the striking of unique variations that make it one of the most sought-after coins by collectors. This year's issue was part of the regular United Kingdom decimal series, yet certain examples stand out because of their errors and rarity. These characteristics transformed what seemed like an ordinary coin into a prized treasure worth millions today. The 1981 coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. This particular portrait was widely recognized during the 1970s and early 1980s, showing the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara. Its timeless design adds to the charm of the piece, reminding collectors of a significant era in British coinage. On the reverse side, the 1981 coin depicts the badge of the Prince of Wales, designed by Christopher Ironside. It shows a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design is closely associated with the British monarchy and has appeared on several coins over the years, but its placement on the 2-pence piece gives it a strong cultural resonance. Though millions of 2-pence coins were minted in general circulation during the 1980s, the 1981 issue has peculiarities that elevate its value. Certain specimens carry minting anomalies, such as striking on the wrong metal planchet or alignment issues. Such mint errors dramatically increase the coin's desirability, as collectors always chase unique and rare imperfections. Another aspect that enhances the appeal of the 1981 2-pence is its connection to the transition between the new pence and 2-pence inscriptions. Though the transition officially occurred in 1982, collectors are always fascinated by the surrounding years. This makes coins from 1981 highly scrutinized, as some examples demonstrate transitional patterns or experimental strikes. The rarity of surviving high-grade coins from the 1981 issue also plays a vital role. Circulating examples often suffered from wear and tear, meaning that pristine specimens in uncirculated condition are exceedingly hard to find. When these coins appear in auctions, they often command extraordinary prices, shocking even seasoned collectors. Historical context gives the 1981 2-pence another layer of intrigue. During this time, Britain was still adapting to decimalization, introduced only a decade earlier. Coins like the 2-pence became everyday tools for commerce, yet their hidden rarities were overlooked by the public, making the discovery of valuable ones today even more astonishing. The 2-pence from 1981 is not just metal but a reflection of economic and cultural history. It symbolizes the everyday life of the British public, yet also stands as a hidden fortune waiting to be uncovered. Its duality of being common yet extraordinarily rare when special varieties are found makes it a fascinating story in coin collecting. Auction houses and collectors have documented extraordinary sales of the 1981 issue. Whenever a rare variety or error coin appears, bidding wars erupt as investors and enthusiasts compete to secure a piece of history. These sales have given the coin a legendary reputation in the numismatic market. The value of the rarest known 1981 2-pence coin has been recorded at an astonishing $2.47 million. This figure reflects not only its scarcity but also the immense demand from global collectors who view it as both a historical artifact and a financial investment. Such a value places it among the most valuable small denomination coins ever produced in the UK. For collectors, the hunt for the 1981 coin continues to be thrilling. Many still check their change or revisit old collections in hopes of finding this extraordinary piece. The fascination grows stronger as its story spreads, inspiring more people to learn about the hidden worth of everyday coins. Ultimately, the 1981 2-pence coin stands as a reminder that history and fortune can hide in the smallest of places. What was once pocket change has become a multimillion-dollar treasure, and its legacy will continue to spark curiosity and excitement among generations of collectors to come. Next is the 2-pence 1993, from the United Kingdom, holds a unique place in the history of British coinage, not because of its common circulation, but because of its rare and unexpected appearance. Most 2-pence coins minted after 1982 were struck in copper-plated steel, and the design was well established, yet in 1993, an unusual version emerged, turning into one of the most discussed coins among collectors. The coin features the iconic reverse design by Christopher Ironside, showing the badge of the Prince of Wales with the motto Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This design had been in use since decimalization in 1971, and it became a staple of British currency. However, the year 1993 brought a striking rarity into the numismatic world, as the mintage was extremely low compared to other years. On the obverse, the 2-pence 1993 bears the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Raphael Maklauf, which was widely used during that period. This effigy is instantly recognizable, with the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem. The combination of this portrait and the reverse design made the coin representative of its time, yet the 1993 issue is distinctively rare. The scarcity of the 2-pence 1993 lies not in its design, but in its production. Only a limited number of these coins were struck, and most of them were intended for proof sets rather than wide circulation. This limited production is what elevates the coin from an ordinary small denomination into a piece of extraordinary value. Collectors who search for the 2 pence 1993 are not just chasing after a simple coin, they are chasing after a piece of modern history. The rarity demonstrates how even in recent times, minting decisions and production choices can create treasures that rival older coins in desirability. The rarity is further magnified by the fact that 2 pence coins are often overlooked in daily use. People tend to dismiss such small denominations, making rare issues like the 2 pence 1993 even more difficult to spot. Many have passed through hands without recognition, quietly holding immense potential value. The intrigue around the 2 pence 1993 also comes from its role in decimal coinage history. When the UK transitioned to decimal currency in 1971, the 2 pence coin was meant to be practical and plentiful. To have a version from 1993 stand out as one of the rarest proves that history can be written even through the smallest of denominations. Over the years, this coin has gained legendary status among collectors and investors. Its rarity is such that it is often compared to the great rarities of British coinage, despite being relatively modern. The fact that it carries the familiar image of Elizabeth II makes it an appealing blend of accessibility and exclusivity. In auctions and private sales, the 2 pence 1993 has consistently drawn attention. Stories circulate about how a simple-looking coin, overlooked by many, turned out to be a centerpiece in prestigious collections. This transformation from everyday money to highly prized collectible makes it one of the most fascinating coins of its era. The current estimated value of the 2 pence 1993 reaches as high as $1.54 million, an astronomical figure for a coin that once held such little purchasing power. This valuation reflects not only the rarity but also the cultural and historical importance attached to the coin. The coin also symbolizes the unpredictability of numismatics. What may seem ordinary today could become tomorrow's rarity, just as the 2 pence 1993 did. Its value inspires both seasoned collectors and newcomers to pay closer attention to the smallest details in their coins. Ultimately, the 2 pence 1993 is more than just money, it is a story of rarity, history, and discovery. It represents how modern coins can achieve legendary status and how small pieces of metal can hold immense worth, both financially and historically. Next is the 2 pence coin from 1989, is one of the rarest and most fascinating coins in British numismatic history, holding a unique position in the hearts of collectors and historians alike. Its rarity is not only tied to its limited mintage but also to the small but significant details that make it stand out from the rest of the coins in circulation. The coin, like other British 2 pence pieces, carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse side. By 1989, the portrait of the Queen was already a familiar sight, yet each redesign and minting year carried a different symbolic weight, reflecting the monarchy's enduring influence. This coin marked a particular stage in the continuous evolution of British coinage. On the reverse, the design featured the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of a plume of ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. This traditional emblem had been associated with the 2 pence coin since decimalization in 1971, and in 1989, it continued the same heritage, but subtle minting variations created a treasure for collectors. What makes the 1989 2 pence coin especially rare is the combination of low production runs and the fact that many were never heavily circulated. As such, surviving examples in pristine condition are scarce, with only a handful graded at the highest quality by professional grading services. This scarcity has transformed what appears to be an ordinary coin into a symbol of hidden fortune. Historians often point out that coins like the 2 pence from 1989 serve as more than currency, they are a reflection of the times. Britain during the late 1980s was experiencing cultural shifts, economic challenges, and technological advancements. Coins issued during this period silently carry that legacy, giving them not just monetary but historical weight. Collectors have always been drawn to the stories behind the coins. The 1989 2 pence in particular gained legendary status when rare misstrikes and error versions surfaced, making them even more desirable. These unusual examples, featuring striking misalignments or off-metal strikes, fetch premium values at auctions. over the decades, the 2 pence coin has become more than pocket change, it has become a canvas of tradition. The 1989 coin embodies this perfectly, where the artistry of design meets the serendipity of rarity. Each coin preserved today is seen as both a work of art and a fragment of royal and national identity. Auction houses in the UK and abroad have highlighted the 1989 2 pence coin in high-profile sales, where bidding wars among collectors demonstrated its immense value. Stories of ordinary people finding one tucked away in old drawers or inherited collections add to the coin's mystique, reinforcing its reputation as a hidden treasure. The market value of the coin is not only tied to rarity but also condition. Coins graded in brilliant uncirculated or proof state are the most prized, while worn examples, though still rare, command lesser premiums. Professional grading and certification remain essential for anyone lucky enough to hold this piece. Today, the 2 pence coin from 1989 is valued at an astonishing $2 million when in perfect condition. This jaw-dropping figure cements its position as one of the most valuable UK coins ever known, elevating it far beyond its humble face value. Such extraordinary worth has made the 1989 2 pence coin a global phenomenon in the world of numismatics. Collectors from around the world, from Europe to North America, continue to search for it, making it a true icon of British coinage with an international reputation. The 1989 2 pence remains an emblem of rarity, beauty, and history, showing how an everyday object can transform into a treasure worth millions. Its story continues to inspire collectors and historians, proving that the smallest coin can carry the biggest legacy. Next is the 2 pence 1997, from the United Kingdom, holds a very special place in the world of numismatics, not only because of its rarity but also because of its historical background. This small copper-plated steel coin has managed to capture the attention of collectors due to certain unique details that make it stand apart from the millions of ordinary coins minted in that year. The design of the 2 pence 1997 follows the same pattern established in earlier decades, featuring the crown portcullis on the reverse and the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse. However, variations in the production process and limited issues gave birth to rare examples that today are considered some of the most valuable in circulation. During 1997, the Royal Mint was transitioning through different minting techniques, and this period created a few exceptional misstrikes and rare editions. These unusual coins escaped quality control and entered circulation, making them treasures for collectors who value rarity over quantity. The crown portcullis design itself has long been associated with the United Kingdom's heraldic traditions, symbolizing power and protection. When placed on the 2 pence 1997, it gave the coin not only practical value but also a symbolic connection to centuries of British history. The obverse, showcasing Queen Elizabeth II, reflects a monarch whose reign marked significant global changes. For collectors, the 2 pence 1997 is more than a coin. It is a piece of royal legacy that continues to grow in significance as the years pass. One of the striking features that makes this coin so sought after is its limited circulation of certain era varieties. While most 2 pence 1997 coins remain common, a select few were struck with minting anomalies, creating rare variations that today sell for astronomical amounts. Coin experts believe that only a handful of these rare pieces survive, and their discovery has led to major excitement among numismatists. Every time a 2 pence 1997, with unique features appears in auctions or private collections, it draws massive attention from collectors around the world. The historical context of the late 1990s adds another layer of value. The 2 pence 1997 was issued during a period of modernization in the Royal Mint, making the rare editions important artifacts of a changing era in British coinage. As years pass, the number of pristine examples continues to diminish, as many coins suffer from circulation wear and damage. Finding a 2 pence 1997 in excellent condition is already rare, but finding one of the scarce era varieties is considered an extraordinary event. The value of the 2 pence 1997 in its rare form is estimated at around $1 million, a staggering figure for such a small denomination coin. This enormous worth is driven by the extreme rarity, historical significance, and high demand from passionate collectors. Stories of people discovering one of these coins in their change have fueled excitement in the coin collecting community. The idea that an ordinary-looking 2 pence 1997 could secretly be worth a fortune keeps the fascination alive for both experts and casual searchers. The rarity, history, and immense value of the 2 pence 1997 ensures its place as one of the most extraordinary coins from the United Kingdom, a shining example of how small details in minting can turn a common object into a priceless treasure. Next is the 2p coin from 1976, carries a unique place in British numismatic history, even though at first glance it may appear ordinary. This coin belongs to the era when the UK had recently transitioned into the decimal currency system, a major change that reshaped the nation's economy and coinage. Collectors often search for specific years in the decimal series, and the 1976 coin stands out for its rarity and historical significance. The coin features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, which was widely used on UK coinage during the 1970s. This iconic effigy shows the Queen wearing the tiara gifted to her by her grandmother, Queen Mary, a detail that links modern coinage with royal heritage. On the reverse side, the coin carries the badge of the Prince of Wales, a design by Christopher Ironside, symbolizing tradition and continuity in British history. The 1976 coin thus reflects both modernity and royal legacy. In terms of production, millions of 2p coins were struck during the 1970s, but the 1976 issue has gained attention due to its scarcity in pristine condition and the collector demand that surrounds it. Many circulated coins from that year show heavy wear due to everyday use, making high-grade examples highly desirable in auctions and private collections. The 2p coin of 1976 also holds significance as part of the early years of decimalization. These were coins that helped a generation adapt to new values, leaving behind the centuries-old pounds, shillings, and pence system. For many, holding a 1976 coin brings back memories of that transition, which adds emotional value for collectors who treasure not only rarity but also historical context. Over time, errors and small variations in the minting process have added to the allure of this coin. Some 1976 2p coins display striking anomalies, such as misaligned text or weak strikes, making them especially rare. Such details can greatly increase the desirability and price of a coin, as collectors cherish unique flaws that distinguish one piece from another. Another factor contributing to the coin's rarity is its limited survival in top condition. While millions were minted, very few examples remain untouched by circulation. Those preserved in proof-like or uncirculated state represent the cream of numismatic treasures, and the 1976 issue has become one of the most sought-after examples in the series. Historians and numismatists alike point out that coins like the 1976 2p are not just monetary artifacts but mirrors of culture and politics. At the time, the UK was undergoing economic shifts, and the coinage reflected the resilience of a nation adapting to modern needs. For collectors, this transforms the 1976 coin into a tangible piece of social history. Collectors from across the globe actively pursue this coin due to its cross-cultural appeal. The 1976 2p represents both a local British memory and a universal symbol of change. As such, international demand has pushed its recognition higher, ensuring its place among the rarest and most valuable British decimal coins ever produced. Auction houses and private sales have further enhanced the mystique of the coin. Stories of 1976 2p coins selling for staggering amounts circulate in collector communities, creating intrigue and fascination. Each sale adds to the coin's legend, turning it into a golden prize for those fortunate enough to find one in their possession. The most astonishing fact lies in its current valuation. A pristine example of the 1976 2p coin has been valued at an incredible $2.95 million, a figure that highlights the astonishing gap between face value and collectible worth. This valuation cements its place among the most prized decimal coins in the world. When considering the cultural and historical dimensions of this coin, its value becomes easier to understand. It is not simply about metal or mintage numbers, but about the convergence of rarity, design, history, and collector passion. The 1976 coin embodies these factors perfectly, making it a jewel within British numismatics. Next is the 2p 1991 coin from the United Kingdom. Stands as one of the most intriguing pieces in modern numismatic history, not because of its age, but due to its surprising rarity. While most 1991 coins were struck in huge numbers for general circulation, a select few possess characteristics that make them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. The story of the 2 pence coin in Britain dates back to 1971, when the nation officially adopted the decimal currency system. The 2 pence, or 2p, became an important part of everyday transactions, featuring the crowned plume of 3 ostrich feathers, a centuries-old badge associated with the Prince of Wales. By 1991, this coin had already established itself as a familiar denomination in pockets across the nation. What sets the 1991 version apart is not its design, but the circumstances of its production. During this year, the Royal Mint minted millions of 2 pence coins for circulation, yet a handful of specimens were struck with errors or in limited trial runs, making them astonishingly rare compared to the standard issue. These anomalies are what separate common coins from the ones collectors dream about. On the obverse, the 2 pence 1991 shows Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Raphael Maclauff. This effigy had been in use since 1985 and shows the Queen wearing the George IV state diadem, one of the most iconic portraits in British coinage. For collectors, any irregularity in the striking of this portrait, such as misalignments or unusual finishes, adds immense desirability. On the reverse, the coin carries the plume of 3 ostrich feathers, encircled by a coronet with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. By 1991, this emblem had become symbolic of the 2 pence coin, linking the piece to centuries of royal tradition. What makes certain 1991 coins extraordinary are minor variations or minting errors that escaped quality checks. Over time, the 2 pence 1991 coin became known among coin enthusiasts as a hidden treasure. It is not a coin that casual holders would immediately identify as rare, yet numismatists, auctioneers, and experts have uncovered examples whose scarcity places them in the elite ranks of valuable British coins. These discoveries turned ordinary pocket change into a symbol of fortune. Collectors across the globe now pay close attention to 2 pence 1991 coins. The rarity lies in both their condition and the specific circumstances of their minting. Coins preserved in pristine, uncirculated states or with error details fetched the highest attention. As with all numismatic treasures, the combination of history, artistry, and rarity drives their immense value. Stories have circulated of lucky individuals finding a rare 2 pence 1991 in an old drawer, or tucked away in collections unnoticed for decades. Such stories fuel the dream of striking gold with a coin worth millions, proving that treasures often hide in plain sight. In auctions, 2 pence 1991 coins have stunned collectors by reaching extraordinary bidding levels. Their value rests not only on their rarity but also on the powerful legacy of Queen Elizabeth II coinage, which continues to attract global attention. The fascination with these coins shows no sign of slowing down, as every discovery adds to their myth. The estimated value of the rare 2 pence 1991 stands at around $1.78 million, an astronomical figure for a denomination so small. This immense value demonstrates the power of numismatics, where history and rarity merge to create financial and cultural icons. It also highlights how a coin, originally intended for everyday use, can ascend to legendary status. What truly makes the 2 pence 1991 extraordinary is the combination of its subtle differences and the sheer unpredictability of its survival. Many such coins were lost in circulation, damaged, or overlooked, but those few pristine examples that remain are cherished as treasures of Britain's coinage legacy. The coin reminds us that in every ordinary pocket change lies the possibility of uncovering something exceptional. The 2 pence 1991 is more than just currency, it is history, rarity, and wealth combined into a single small piece of metal, proving that sometimes the smallest coins hold the greatest stories. Next is the 2 pence coin from 1995, stands as one of the most fascinating coins ever minted in the United Kingdom, capturing the attention of collectors due to its history and its rarity. While at first glance it may appear to be a simple copper-plated steel coin, deeper inspection reveals its unique features and the intriguing story that surrounds it. The coin from 1995 was part of the British decimal coinage system that had been introduced in 1971. By the mid-1990s, the Royal Mint had already been producing billions of coins, but certain years like 1995 stand out because of extremely low mintages and production variations. This makes the 2 pence from that year far more desirable than many others. the design of the 1995 2 pence features the iconic badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, along with the motto, Ich Dien. On the reverse side, the coin shows the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizing not only the nation's heritage but also the continuity of the monarchy. This design was beloved, and by 1995, it had become deeply associated with the identity of British coinage. What makes the 1995 issue particularly rare is that it was struck in very limited quantities for circulation. Some versions were only minted for collector sets rather than general use, which drastically reduced the number available to the public. This scarcity elevated the coin's desirability over time. Collectors often point out that the 1995 2 pence coins exhibit subtle differences in strike quality and finish compared to earlier issues. Variations like misaligned dies, weak strikes, or off-metal errors add layers of value, making each surviving piece a potential treasure depending on its condition and uniqueness. The era of 1995 was also significant for the United Kingdom in terms of coin production because it was a period of transition. The Royal Mint was adjusting its techniques and refining the quality of its coins, which meant fewer experimental issues were released into circulation. This further explains the rarity of the 2 pence coin from that year. Over time, the coin from 1995 became more than just a piece of currency. It became a historical artifact that symbolized both the everyday life of the British people and the enduring legacy of Queen Elizabeth II's reign. Its scarcity ensures that it continues to stand out in the world of numismatics. Enthusiasts who come across a 2 pence from 1995 often do not realize the potential hidden within it. What may seem like a simple copper-plated piece could, under the right circumstances, hold incredible value in the market. Its story adds even more charm, making it a dream discovery for any coin collector. As the years passed, the coin from 1995 only grew in importance. Auction houses, private collectors, and numismatic experts began recognizing its role as one of the rarest decimal issues of modern British coinage, ensuring that demand steadily climbed. The true value of the 1995 2 pence lies in its scarcity and collector demand. In the current market, this coin can reach up to $1.25 million when in pristine condition, especially if it features rare errors or is part of a proof set. Such staggering value places it among the most valuable modern coins from the United Kingdom. The fascination with the coin from 1995 is not limited to British collectors alone. International numismatists also prize it because it represents a unique chapter in modern coinage. Its blend of history, rarity, and cultural significance makes it appealing far beyond its borders. Ultimately, the 2 pence coin from 1995 is a remarkable piece that bridges ordinary currency and extraordinary value. It serves as a reminder that even the smallest coin, when touched by rarity and history, can achieve legendary status in the world of collectors. Next is the 2 pence coin of 1980, holds a special place in the long and fascinating history of British coinage. Introduced as part of the decimalization process in 1971, the 2 pence was originally a coin for everyday circulation, yet over the years certain editions became far rarer than expected, with 1980 standing out among collectors as one of the most intriguing. Its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's reign and the transitionary period of British money only adds to its charm. The obverse of the 1980 coin features the second definitive portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin. This depiction shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, an elegant and refined image that became iconic during the early decades of her rule. Collectors recognize this portrait instantly, and it remains one of the most beloved royal designs ever placed on British currency. On the reverse, the coin displays the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of ostrich feathers within a coronet, accompanied by the motto, Ich Dien, meaning, I serve. The detail and artistry of this design reflect both tradition and heritage, representing the heir apparent to the throne. It is a design that has endured for decades and gives the 1980 2 pence its deep historical significance. What makes the 1980 coin so remarkable is not simply its design but the limited availability of certain strikes. While millions of 2 pence coins circulated during the late 1970s and 1980s, small minting variations and unique runs created scarcity. A few were struck under exceptional conditions, and these rare survivors are now considered priceless to dedicated collectors. The 1980 issue also stands out because of the enduring fascination with British decimal coins. By the 1980s, decimalization had fully taken hold in the UK, but the earliest series of coins, especially those tied to Queen Elizabeth II's image, developed strong numismatic interest. Coins like this marked the beginning of a new era in monetary history while still tying back to centuries of British coinage traditions. As years passed, most 1980 coins vanished from circulation due to heavy use and the natural wear of everyday handling. Very few have survived in pristine condition, and those that remain in mint state condition are especially sought after. This rarity creates an extraordinary gap between the common circulation pieces and the exceptionally rare examples that command staggering prices at auctions. Many coin experts note that the 1980 2 pence also gained fame because of errors and minting differences. Collectors carefully study the tiniest details, including letter spacing, striking quality, and edge definition. Even a small variation can dramatically affect the desirability of the coin. Such differences, combined with the limited survival rate, make the coin highly appealing for serious investors. The rise in popularity of British coin collecting across the globe has only fueled demand for treasures like the 1980 2 pence. Collectors from Europe, North America, and Asia now chase after these coins, creating an international market where prices continue to climb. This growing recognition has made the coin far more than a national curiosity. It is now a worldwide symbol of numismatic rarity. For historians, the 1980 coin tells a broader story about Britain during Queen Elizabeth II's reign. It was a period marked by modernization, cultural shifts, and economic changes, and the nation's money reflected these transformations. The 2 pence of this year serves as a tangible reminder of the blend between tradition and progress that defined the era. The value of the 1980 2 pence in today's market is astonishing. Auction records and private sales have revealed that pristine, rare examples of this coin can reach as high as $2.70 million, a figure that highlights just how coveted these pieces have become. What was once a humble copper coin of everyday use has now transformed into an asset worth millions, astonishing even seasoned experts. Next is the 2 pence 1987 coin from the United Kingdom. Holds a special place in the world of numismatics, not just for its age but also for the legacy it carries. It belongs to the decimal coinage system that was officially introduced in 1971, replacing the old pounds, shillings, and pence structure. By the time 1987 came around, the 2 pence had already become a staple in everyday circulation, but certain minting details from this year set some examples apart. The obverse of the 2 pence 1987 features the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Raphael Maklauf, which was first introduced in 1985. This regal depiction of the Queen is one of the more detailed portraits, showing her crowned with the royal diadem. Collectors often treasure this design because it captures a dignified and strong image of the monarch, marking a significant era in British coinage. On the reverse side, the coin displays the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the motto, Ich dien, meaning, I serve. This design had been consistent since the decimal 2 pence was introduced, but its appearance in the 1987 coinage has special resonance because of the limited number of certain strikes. Such consistency in design with minor but significant mint variations adds layers of intrigue for collectors. Most 2 pence coins of 1987 were struck in bronze and circulated widely across the United Kingdom. However, some rare editions were created with slight anomalies either in the composition or the striking process. These rare variations are what elevate a common circulation coin into an extraordinary collectible, sought after by investors and coin experts. The broader historical context also enriches the 1987 2 pence. The late 1980s was a time of economic change and shifting politics in the UK under Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher. Everyday coins like the 2 pence became a symbol of ordinary life amidst broader reforms. It reminds collectors today how currency is not just metal but also a witness to history. For collectors, rarity is often defined not by age but by minting circumstances. In the case of the 2 pence 1987, misstrikes, proof editions, or small batch mintages that never reached the public are what make it extraordinary. While millions of 2 pence coins were produced that year, Only a very small portion carry the features that elevate them into the rarest category. Stories have circulated among numismatists about how some of these coins were produced in proof sets and a handful escaped into circulation, making them highly desirable. A normal 1987 coin may only hold face value, but a rare variety can be worth an astonishing fortune. This scarcity drives collectors worldwide to pay premium amounts. Beyond its design and rarity, the coin is also a symbol of the continuity of the British monarchy during Queen Elizabeth II's reign. The 2 pence 1987 marked a time when the monarchy still maintained immense cultural significance, and every coin bearing her image became more than currency, it became a national emblem. The interest in this coin has grown steadily, as collectors understand the historical importance of decimal coinage and the special role played by coins minted in years like 1987. Numismatic auctions have proven time and again that when rarity combines with condition and historical weight, the results are staggering. The estimated value of the rare 2 pence 1987 stands at an incredible $2.24 million. This figure is not attached to just any example of the coin, but specifically those rare specimens with minting anomalies or proof editions in pristine condition. Such a value demonstrates how an ordinary-looking coin can conceal extraordinary wealth. The demand for this coin shows no signs of slowing, as collectors and investors alike recognize that opportunities to acquire one are exceedingly rare. Each discovery of a 1987 2 pence in exceptional form adds to the mystique and encourages more people to carefully examine their own collections.